Fertility is solely a female responsibility, right? Wrong. Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Biasotto and I'm a registered Chinese medicine practitioner here at Chi Medicine. So first things first, male fertility has declined in the last 40 years quite dramatically. And this is due to potentially a number of reasons. No one's quite sure why, but environmental factors and evolution both come into the conversation. However, regardless of the reason, it's super important that we make sure that A, there are enough sperm, so that's the count, that the sperm are able to swim all the way to the egg, which is a big journey for the tiniest cell in the body. That's the progressive motility, and that their shape is correct so that they can actually fertilize the egg, so that's morphology. We can find out all of this information from a semen analysis, and that can tell us all of those things plus a few extra things like DNA fragmentation, which is any damage to the DNA in the sperm, as well as if there's the presence of any antibodies. So antibodies basically attack sperm. The thing I hear a lot is that from partners and from men, I've had a semen analysis and my doctor said that the results were fine. First of all, are you okay with fine? We're not here for fine. We're here for at least good and hopefully great. The other thing to keep in mind is that when a doctor says that the results are fine, we need to also remember that over the last 40 years, again, the reference ranges for different sperm parameters have been lowered so that basically something that's normal now would actually be considered pathological in the 90s or even in the early 2000s. It can be really hard to hear that the fertility of you and your partner and your capacity to have a baby is being impacted by your sperm, especially when we've been told for so long that fertility is a female issue, men can have babies for forever, no matter how old they are. While it's very true that female fertility and the reproductive system is a lot more complex and there's a lot more things that we can work on and generally need to work on, it doesn't mean that we don't need to give as much attention to male fertility as well. Here are a few things to keep in mind about how sperm quality can influence conception and pregnancy. The journey that sperm make to get to the egg is actually a huge journey for a tiny little cell. I put a link in the blog to have a look at. It's a beautiful animation about what happens, how conception happens basically. After fertilization, the egg will go through her own DNA and check that everything is okay and fix anything that needs to be fixed. From day 3, she's looking at the sperm's DNA. If the DNA from the sperm is too damaged or fragmented, the pregnancy will terminate because there's too much damage to clean up. So if an embryo doesn't make it to day 3, 4, or 5, it means there's a sperm issue. Just because a man has fathered children before, it does not mean that his sperm are currently ready to make another baby. The good news is that Chinese medicine and acupuncture can support male fertility a lot. Sperm production takes about 74 days. So it's actually not a lot of time to be able to affect change pretty quickly, but it will not happen overnight. Consider it like running a marathon. You wouldn't just run 42.2 Ks without any prep. You need some time to prepare yourself. It's the same thing. And really, the sperm are running a marathon to get all the way to the egg. So they do need some preparation and support. Here are 3 things that you can do right now to support your sperm health. Number 1, keep your sperm cool. The testes sit outside the body because they are designed to be cooler than the rest of the body. So if you work in a hot environment, for example, chefs, or if you often wear tight pants, you go to saunas, you put your phone in your hip pocket, you need to keep your testes cool because this is going to impact sperm production. It's also going to potentially damage the sperm. Keep the pipes clean. You want to be ejaculating every 2 to 3 days because sperm are produced on a production line. So by ejaculating regularly, it's going to mean that you will keep the production going and that fresh sperm will continue to be made. Don't worry about running out because your body's making 120 million sperm per day. So there's plenty to go around. Say goodbye to alcohol and smoking or vaping. Both of these things cause oxidative stress in the body and this can lead to DNA fragmentation or damage. Remember, having a baby takes 2. So if you're looking to support your fertility, please get in touch. We would love to support you at Chi Medicine.